Speaking of 3 3/4 skin Joes, you'll probably be keeping. It's like, I got it.
Ooh, nice. I want that. Yeah, I'm keeping all my 3 3/4 inch stuff.
The Sarge is actually going to be in a con like 30 minutes away from here next month. So,
Oh,
I
nice.
got this because that Sarge is on a retro card. That'd be great to get that signed. I need to hit up my contacts and see if I get me like a vendor pass because I don't want to go through general mission. Because general mission, you're like in line for like an hour to get in. It's like, F that.
Yep. Oh, my wife's here. Oh boy, she says.
Well, I'll be with everything going the way it's going. I will be able to be in the area of the country to go to more stuff.
Yes.
So,
I was already set on
My
like
wife is
didn't go
here.
this year, but way from I heard like a Legion's Con is a big, huge customizing con anymore. All the customizers hit that show up, so I'm planning on hitting it up this year, this next fall.
Yeah.
So, hey, maybe we can both go.
yeah, that'd be cool, man. Like I said, where I'm at, I don't get to go to anything.
Yeah,
Because
you're in the
nothing
middle of
comes
nowhere,
down here. Nothing comes down here.
Yeah.
So,
and you're like 12 hours away from everything where you're at right now.
yeah.
Yep.
So,
That's how I am. There's nothing in Rapid. I used to live in Wisconsin, and I was 45 minutes from something going on at any minute.
Ooh,
No,
I'm
nothing.
told.
I was never going to pay $35 for this thing.
How much did you pay?
Like little $8.
You pay? Okay, I paid 15 for mine. I paid.
Did you get a
15.
storm to go with it?
I have a few storms already, so. And I got the lightning bolts, so like everything else. But this should never been in the $35 like price range ever because this is a tiny figure, and there's not enough in here to justify the $35 price point. It comes with-
Mr. Scary 3D Prince has a question for you, Matt.
oh shit, I'm not even looking.
Oh yeah, I forgot to open chat.
Moving to Iowa or Ohio. Neither. One doesn't exist, and I'm sorry. Ohio? Who would intentionally want to live in Ohio?
People who are broke.
Well, if you move to Ohio, you're definitely going to be broke.
Yep.
You'd have to be broken in the head to go to Ohio.
Everyone I know in Ohio is like, I can't wait to leave.
As we lose all our viewership from ever having from Ohio.
My wife. My wife.
All three people will be okay.
Can y'all see my wife commenting? in the
Somebody
chat?
out here is in Ohio right now, so they're like, "Fuck you!"
Can y'all see my wife's chat, comment?
Yes.
Okay, I'm making sure. I didn't know if you could or not.
I got this in
Nice.
Star Raiders frack. Walmart was clearing some out for $10.
Very
Really?
nice.
Yep.
Nice.
And it's a Cyclones mode, and that mold is really nice. And I can just basically let this be like part of his armada. Like, I don't know if it's their space pirate line, but to me, it's just like another Seeker type thing. Just put in Cyclones mode.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about Transformers. There's so much reuse in it. All they got to do is slap it in on a different color.
Well,
Put it
it
in.
works into the storyline where, like, they're basically certain models of robots, they make pump out a bunch of different styles. Yeah, $10 a good pickup. Yeah.
Green Badger's got a question.
They are pricey
Yes, they are very pricey.
and they're small.
They're beautifully painted. They're nice. I don't have any.
Yeah.
I've admired them from afar.
Looks
That's
good, don't taste great.
Yeah, I've admired them from afar. That's basically it.
Yeah, I can order them through my store, but nobody has asked for them.
Yeah, they're just super pricey for what they are.
Well, everybody wants affordable action figures, and with Marvel Legends and stuff, all those hitting the upper 20s, that's about the threshold what people want to pay for. Your average.
And even at upper 20s, people are getting more and more selective.
Yeah. Well, when they hit $30, and they will in the next probably 5 years, when we get another price increase. When they hit $30, then
they've already been pissed in the water, like randomly pricing stuff that shouldn't be $35, $30, and they put them for that price.
I agree with that, but we'll see where the toy lines go from there. Probably going to see a lot more selection. I mean, a lot less selection and a lot more people being selective on what they buy.
I mean, I'm already selecting what I get.
Regular friend of the channel, he found this at Ross for me.
Nice. I'm still looking for the Count Chocula.
I got one waiting on me for my friend lives locally. He's got the comic book shop. He found the Count Chocula. He's got to go pick it up. I'm going to trade this and some boots for the Count Chocula. The ambush bug. Well, he's going to give me boot for the Count Chocula. That makes a difference up for that. And of course, you can always just give me a comic book. I think I got this issue of Transformers. They're waiting on me. This is the first one that I've got at J Toys Street Fighters, but I don't have either mascot line, so this is my first one of those. I've been meaning to get Chester the Cheetah.
I've got all three of those, but I found recently another Frankenberry at Ross, so I bought them to open up. But I do want to Count Chocula to open. I don't want to open the one I already have.
They got magnets in the flat.
Yeah, the boxes, the display is. I mean, you can't beat the presentation for those. They're really nice.
They're doing nicer stuff than like the high-end brands.
Yeah, well, I can't wait for the Tony the Tiger one to come out.
Oh yes,
that one's going to be great. And then the Scooby-Doo line that they're doing. Oh man, I'm going to order heavy on those when they get solicited because Scooby-Doo will sell like crazy here in my store.
Duke has got a really good question. If you go back in 1986 and at $50, what are you buying?
Star Wars figures.
Yeah, I mean, because you can get a bunch. You can get a bunch and leave them in the package. And 86, you can probably pick up a bunch of stuff because that's right about the time KB Toys started like discounting Star Wars figures. And you could buy a lot of those very end. You know those ones that almost nobody bought that are now worth tons of money because they came out after Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Like Yak Face and stuff like that.
There was a store called Wonder World. I believe it was Wonder World. Man, I walked in there. I found a huge section full of Star Wars. They were clearancing them out for $1.25. I bought a ton of that. Well, not a ton, but I had a good handful of stuff back then. I wish I would have had a lot of it still. A lot of it, some of it was Power of the Force Ewoks, like Warwick and Ramba. I know those were a little bit harder to find. I wish I would have kept them closed. I mean, I opened them up, obviously. I was, collecting, but if I would have thought back then that they were going to be worth a lot of money, hell, I would have bought a shit ton of that stuff.
We need a little bit more money for it, I think. Yeah. We could double the $50 and spend $100. I get a USS Flag.
Oh my God, that would have been nice.
Or the shuttle.
Anything GI Joe would have been awesome to buy. Especially like play sets and vehicles. Yeah, that'd be a no-brainer right there. Anything Star Wars, any of those play sets or vehicles, that would have been a no-brainer too, man. I mean,
yeah.
If I only had a time machine. Good Lord.
I got Guile.
Nice.
Which, this is what you should do when you got window packaging like this. They have a window up top. See exactly what that's going on with the light above me? It's illuminating the figure.
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, Star Wars is doing it. Star Wars figures are doing it. I think G.I. Joe Classified, they do it like a different way, but they're doing it too.
This is a nice looking figure. Oh, his dog tag is actually on a chain, real chain.
Yes, it is. I have him. Well, I have the chain right here.
And
can't really see
my
it.
goodness, his camel pattern is better than anything Classified's done.
Dude, that camo pattern on his pants is awesome.
Yes, that's why I reprinted one of my Slaughter's pants, and it looks so much better.
What you need to do is get you a video game custom Jean-Claude Van Damme head and put it on there.
I think I need a skinnier body though.
Well, I mean, it's video game. Exaggerate a little bit. Come on. He's not built like that anymore, but, make him feel a little bit better.
I don't think Schwarzenegger's ever built this big. He's a big body. My only issue is that his biceps kind of look like the Motu biceps, where they get that really deep cut for the bicep for the double
Put a
joint.
He-Man head on there and make them like military He-Man, military Adam.
Oh, their Match Force heads are so small that probably fit on this 112 scale figure.
Well, you could use the Ken Masters head because that looks like a video game He-Man.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And what else we got in here? Ooh. I got the glow-in-the-dark Spiro weapons.
Oh, nice. I still have a bunch of that shit down here. I haven't opened
I
it.
added this to my my Chosen Prime roller stash to get free shipping.
I got that one and this one here I haven't opened yet. And then this guy I haven't opened yet. This guy I bought because he looks like Beast Man.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Yeah. And then I got a couple more down here somewhere. I don't know where the hell they are at, but I got a bunch of the other ones on order, like the rabbit, the bulldog, a few other ones. I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but those figures are nice.
And
And the prices aren't too bad. They're around $30, give or take, depending on what you're buying. But not too bad. I hope the line does well enough for them to continue it for a few years. You don't want to see it like bottom out. But,
oh yeah.
yeah. But I mean, the quality's there. Definitely, quality's there. If
Well,
any fans
their
that you're
last
into,
Kickstarter did really well, where they got their after hours funding, like after it's over with, funding that they were able to fund to tool the big elephant, the Mamba.
yeah, if they would expand it to maybe throw in some human characters,
They're planning on doing humans.
there you go. Then right there, man, I think they'll have a kind of like a Planet of the Apes motif thing with just the animals against the humans. That see right
They're
there
also
would be
going to
great.
be doing their artist that does their sculpting for them.
Mhm.
They're working with him. They're going to do a samurai line, like samurais and demons type, warriors type thing.
Mhm.
So those look really good. They're seeing the sculpts for those, so that's going to be basically done for the same factory.
I think if they would do like a tech, like a futuristic humans against the more primal version of the Ewok characters, I think that would be a great mix. So you could have fantasy and sci-fi in the same sense,
Which it is sci-fi with the Ewok too. The storyline is that they were on basically like a Ark ship, like the computer screwed up and mixed their DNA with animals.
Oh, okay.
They were in cryo stasis.
Mhm.
So they were mutated by the ship.
Oh, okay.
So they started out as humans. I think that's correct, isn't Matt's read more of it than I have.
Which one?
Ewok storyline where the ship.
Yeah. What? Yeah. So it was they're evolved. It hasn't really explained everything yet, but yes, at some point they left Earth and they were humans and they crash landed on this planet, and there was something in the ship that made them start evolving into other species. So, yeah. It's a good book. It's a really good book. I still really, really love the original one that he did back in 2011, 2012. He went with the first time that he put that out there in I think it was a trade paperback. But I'm liking the new version as well. I like both of them. I just really loved his art, man. I really, really liked his art a lot. His art, when he was doing the, and it's not to knock the guy they've got, who I'm blanking on his name at the moment, who's doing the artwork for the new book, but when he was doing his own art, like his artwork is just really, really unique, and like it like, not that it's the same, but it reminds me of like the first time I saw Mike Mignola's art with Hellboy and stuff, which I think I'd seen his art before Hellboy, but first time you see artwork that's really, really different from what everybody else is doing, you're like, wow, that's, and when it's good, it also helps. And that's what, yeah. Anyway, speaking of art, this is kind of just a geek chat as well. You guys want to see what 12 to 14-year-old Geek Fusion TV used to draw?
Ooh, sure.
Because I was going through my garage for reasons, clearing stuff out, and I found a few old pictures of me when I was reading, like when I was like, it was like 12, 13 years old, something like that. And I was like, okay, cool. So I've been putting them on my computer so I can save them because they're really old and they're really damaged. And this is back when I thought I could draw. Keep in mind, I cannot draw. I thought I could back then. I look at them now and I'm like, yeah, dude, no. No, bro. But either way, I'm going to show them to you anyway, because why not? There's my Venom. One of them anyway. These are the only ones I could find.
Nice.
Yeah, you're being kind. It ain't that great. Again, this is like me at 12 or 13 years old. I don't know. I don't know what happened to the color on this thing, because I swear to God I painted this whole thing, or I colored this whole thing black. I don't know why I don't know if I used two different types of ink and one of the types of ink faded into this kind of yellowish color.
It probably faded over the years.
I don't know. Again, these are like 30 years old.
Well,
more than 30 years old.
Probably either the paper or the ink had like an acid base to
Probably. Because this was all black at one point, but I think I just used two different types of pens to do it or something. I don't know. I got me a Deadpool, which was just, I mean, it was just me copying Rob Liefeld art. That's all that was. This is an original character. Don't steal it, because I know it's the greatest character in the world. This is an original character called Heatwave. Never mind the fact that he's suspiciously a lot alike Sunspot. Ignore that. I was like 13.
I won't
Give it a
steal
break.
it.
Yeah. He would look like if Sunspot and Silver Surfer had a baby. That's what he looked like. That's basically who he was.
Jared, I just got confirmation. I got it registered.
Oh, good.
There's a Wolverine fighting Max,
Nice.
which is, the Max is way better than the Wolverine. I was not good at profiles. And then we got Max there. I liked Max a lot. I don't know if y'all. Max was awesome.
I heard there was somebody in Texas that liked him. I didn't know I was actually going to meet him.
Yeah, it was me. That was the guy. So, Shatterstar, which I think came out okay.
That actually looks pretty good.
Got Bishop. Not bad, but could have been better. That's I was probably 11 when I drew this one and the next one. These are like really old Wolverines. They're hideous. This is a Batman that I just all drew in shadows for some reason, because I don't know, I was bored.
Oh, they did actually give him that costume for a little while in the comics after 500.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It was just some like armored all black Batman that I drew probably after I saw Batman 89. So I don't know. Joker, because I freaking love Joker.
His eyes closed?
Feral. His eyes are not closed. He's wearing sunglasses. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I mean, his eyes closed.
I mean, they might be closed.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Feral. You'll notice I can't draw fingers for shit.
Well, it's okay. Liefeld couldn't draw feet either, so
It's true.
we'll let it go. We'll let it slide this time.
Thing.
That
I
actually
love
looks pretty good.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. He's really hard to draw and make the cracks stand out.
It looks like a copy of the Toy Biz thing figure.
I don't remember what I drew it from.
No, I'm saying that figure wasn't like super detailed, but it reminds me of that a lot, which is not bad.
We got Rogue. I mean, she got ass. So, and this was before X-Men cartoon.
So we know what you're focused on.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
We got another Rogue as Thor, which I think I got that from a What If comic. I don't remember. I might have gotten that from a What If comic. I'm not sure. And then to prove I have been a long-time Death's Heads fan, that's my Death's Head, which I still love this picture. It ain't perfect, but it's
You should
alright.
frame it. Frame it.
Not on the fridge.
The paper on this thing is just trash. The paper on all of these is trash.
Okay.
Spawn, that one took me a long time to draw. I was trying to draw it the way McFarlane draws Spawn, and that took freaking forever. Because he puts so many freaking lines in his shit.
Yeah.
And over details the hell out of everything. And it was a pain in the dick. I remember that. And then lastly, we got Savage Land Rogue. Come on. Shredded bikini. You know where my mind was at 13 years old. I'm just saying.
Big old badonkadunk too.
Yeah. Nice thick thighs. Come on. My tastes have been pretty much set in stone. Anyway. All right, there you go. I found those. I got to show them to somebody.
Well, we get the Team America. Why he's on sale.
Mm.
So I got
America, fuck yeah.
for $30. I got down on these.
I saw those go on sale.
Didn't put the head on there because you're not buying anything right now.
I'm not buying anything right now, but I saw them go on sale, and it was like, oh, I want it. Because I like that Flint. I like that Flint a lot. Although, I may be spoiling something here, but it was leaked that we are getting a retro carded Flint.
Yep.
So, I'm very much looking forward to that.
I did grab a couple more of these while they were like super cheap for fodder. A great blank body.
Yeah. No, it's a great. I mean, we talked about it when it got announced. I wasn't happy with it as that figure because I liked his fully armored look.
Mm-hmm.
However, as like for customizing and kit bashing, that thing's great. Especially because it was selling for what, like $8?
$6.
Yeah, whatever. Like it was cheap as hell.
And it's a pinless black body. It's like it's great.
Is it the Vulcan body or is it a different one?
This is the updated Sunfire with the pinless legs. It is a great looking sculpt. I had to look at it for a second. It's like, is this the Vulcan? It's like, no, this is the updated Sunfire. It looks good. Robo did like the gold armor, and Don actually made the cape for him on the streams.
Yeah,
Don Sawyer. The last thing I got my camera works. KFC's Power Master Optimus Prime is the cab only. So I had $50 worth of points at Chosen Prime. And the Chosen Prime roller stash. Or Prime Cash, or whatever they call their point system. They got the best point system ever, and I can't remember what it's called. Every dollar you spend, you get points, and you can cash them in for gift certificates. And I had $50 for gift certificates, and so I got this for $100. It's like, and that's basically I didn't want the Power Master Prime. I didn't want the combined mode because I have Fans Hobbies Power Baser combined in Power Master mode for Masterpiece Power Master Prime. So now but I always want just the cab, the display next to it. So now I can get this one, which I think is base robot mode looks better than Fans Toys base robot. So, plus it's not a tiny little figure like the Takara one that just came out. The Takara one is the size of Studio Series Optimus Prime, the 86 Prime, which is 7-inch, 8-inch figure, 7-inch figure. So this is like the standard Masterpiece scale. This is like 10-inch tall figure when it's transformed. So you're paying over $200. I think over $200 to get that Power Master from Takara, and it's their new scale going forward. The MPG instead of the Masterpiece line, they're teeny tiny in comparison to what they used to be. But yeah, I'm looking forward to open this one up. I collect primes, if you not noticed. Oh no, I lied.
What? No, that's not true. I've never heard that before. You collect Optimus Prime? What?
Secrets out.
I have one more box. A surprise.
Santa's been good to you, Lex.
Oh. He's gone away since Santa's gone away. I got rid of the beard. This is something, if you weren't doing what you're doing, Matt, you would want this you'd buy this in a heartbeat. The O-ring.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, it's taped. I'm so used to 112 scale, and I see these boxes, people open these up, and like a flap. It's like, it's down there. This is a tiny box. Oh yeah, they're 3 3/4 inch. Look at that O-ring goodness.
That is beautiful.
And I got the Ecto that goes with these too. But this is the reason why I didn't have any interest in getting the HasLab. A few years ago, I would jump on a HasLab. Plus, I've gotten so much stuff now, it's a space issue. Especially if I ever had to move or something.
Yeah.
But so I got the 3 3/4 inch Ecto, and I got 3 3/4 inch Ghostbusters to go with it. And lo and behold, well, looky here. Figures that's supposed to glow in the dark.
It actually glows in the dark.
I had to get these. Just look so cool. I bought 2 of them because you can troop build this, because you can actually display it with a snake lower half body or lift legs. So you can troop build this for different forms. But man, this thing looks cool. This is probably one of the best looking Snake Man figures they've done.
What figure is that?
This is the Necroconda.
Oh, okay.
It's actually got glow in the dark stuff on it because I love glow in the dark. And Mattel can do glow in the dark figures, which McLean can't.
Things that I miss from the 80s that I wish more companies would do and do right. Glow in the dark figures, translucent figures, and vac metal figures.
Yes. That is all I have.
Well, according to Brian Flynn, the owner of Super 7, the powder that they use to make glow-in-the-dark figures has gone up exponentially over the past couple of years.
That must be why McFarlane don't put enough in the figures to make them glow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They only work under blacklight.
Yeah, just do paint apps where they'll glow under the blacklight. But
because I bought that glow-in-the-dark Hal Jordan, and it does not glow. The Parallax. The only good thing about it was I can actually mix and match the parts and put the proper painted head on the one I got from you, Matt.
Okay.
Because it's actually got the brown hair and stuff, and gray streaks in the hair. Because they painted the one that they first released. It looked like Kyle Rayner. He had jet black hair. And did not look like Hal Jordan.
No, it didn't look like him. It didn't look like Hal Jordan at all. And it just, it was good sculpt. I mean, it could have used paint, but it was a good sculpted body. But the head sculpt, it was painted and like sculpted to look like Kyle Rayner. It didn't look at all like Hal Jordan at all.
Exactly.
So
this is that Bushido line that Spiro's working with their sculptor doing, the samurais. These look really cool. And if they're going to be the same factory, you know the quality's going to be there. If anybody's an anime fan, they know what this one's styled after. Zoro from One Piece.
One Piece Man.
Milani, he's got so many pieces. Way more than one piece.
Yep. And this is one of their Onis, the demons that it's going to be fighting. This looks really cool. The base body on this. I like that a lot. .2. So they're going to be in scale with Marvel Legends.
Yep.
He actually does a lot of the sculpting for Marvel Legends. So, Hasbro doesn't have their own design team anymore, basically. Like, they do contract work. That way they can write off as not full-time employees. They basically do contract work. They're contracted to do like what the sculpts. And he's got examples. When you go to his website, he's got like all the stuff he's worked on for Hasbro on there. He does some really good stuff. Oh, here you go. Here's Hasbro stuff he's done. Rebels, Marvel Legends, that really good Groot head.
I like Group Head.
Is that a new Scarlet Spider?
Yep, that's the Scarlet Spider that came out. That really good one that came out a few years ago on the red chart.
Yeah, I got that one. I love that figure.
He did the vest, the head, the belt, the web shooters, and the pouches on the legs. Everything light gray is what he modeled. He did all that for the Peter Parker, the Army torso, head, and jacket. Was that what's his name? I like this figure. It's really cool. I love how they incorporated the cape where it just blends into the shoulders. He actually did the torso and the head sculpt for that. What's this dude's name?
Isn't it Justice? But it's supposed to be Marvel Boy.
No, I think it is Justice. Marvel Boy is a different character.
Well, no, isn't Marvel Boy the same? Isn't that Justice? Doesn't he become Justice?
Different. Marvel, well, so many people have the same mantle, so you're probably right. So there's different. They change their names, and other characters take.
I thought Justice was what's his face? What's his name? Lance Astrovic or Vance? Is it Lance? Because I know. Okay, I'm trying to remember. He has one name when he's Marvel Boy, but in the alternate future of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the 31st century, when they wake him up,
right?
And I think then he's Vance Astro, but as Marvel Boy back in present day, he's like Lance Astrovic. And
I think there's also a new. A few years ago, there was a new Marvel Boy that was, I think, a Kree based.
Is that pink-haired dude?
No, he's white hair, but
white hair. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The green and white outfit that was from the totally not.
I like the original New Warriors version of Marvel Boy.
Well, he did all of that Iron Man. This is a good set you can pick up cheap right now too. That's like $20 on Amazon right now. It's worth it to get this. This is a really good piece. Get Super Scroll. Been cool. It does where you can change up the arms and stuff. Been cool if it come up with different overlays where you can do different Super Scrolls. But that would cost more money, so Hasbro wouldn't do that. Yeah, his work is just fantastic. The reptiles, I like that body probably better than anything they got in the AWOC right now. That reptile body is really nice. They're all the AWOC stuff's really cool. Now this one is going to be the ski looking at the Necromancer. That's when Harker Customs did the soft goods for this, the soft goods for this one. What else anybody else get this week? Besides Matt, I know I didn't get anything.
I didn't get anything this week.
He can't.
Nothing at all.
He can't.
I got some DC stuff.
Yep, JB got a bunch of DC stuff.
Yeah, I did this week. So the first one I got, let me unwrap him. He's a bubble wrap. We get him out. Paid $20. I got the Dead Man.
Nice. I love that figure. That's a
Did you know his eyes and the D glows in the dark?
No, I did not. I know his hand. I did not know that. So, and he's got no loose
They
joints.
glow really well too because it's Mattel.
Yeah, he's got no loose joints either, and I paid $20. So I mean, I got a good price
That's a
for
great
him.
figure.
Yeah. Next one I got to go with with another figure I showed last week. He's in a nice, pretty package. Let me get him out real quick. We open him up. Oh, pull him out. Mongol.
Yes.
Nice.
That's a fantastic figure. So now you got both that came in that 2-pack because you already got the Cyborg Superman.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The 2-pack is complete. And then I got one more. This one came in this morning. I got Booster Gold.
Oh, you get that's the modern costume too.
Yeah, the classic one that I wanted, it was $40 or more. So I got this one because it was free.
That's the one I've got. I love it.
This was $21. So I paid $20 for these two.
Nice.
Then I got two more. They're in box. I haven't opened them up yet. Let me cut this one.
Open it.
I'm going to. Let me cut it open with my
Stop
knife.
suffocating your toys.
Tell me about it.
Let them.
You can't leave them in boxes; they'll die.
That's true.
Mattel was really good too. They put actually vent holes on the side of their boxes so they could breathe.
Yeah, that way the figures could breathe.
Yeah.
Let me pull them out. Oh, rip it.
Off gas.
What I got? Let's see. Moment of truth. Which one? Turn around.
Ultraman and
Ooh, nice 2-pack.
Nice.
Yep.
Alexander Luthor and Ultraman.
I like
2-pack.
that Ultraman better than the 5-pack Ultraman.
This is going to be the review this coming week. I'll be reviewing this 2-pack.
The boss of bosses.
Yeah. Then I got one more. Let me open this up.
Oh my gosh, people, these idiots online are simping for James Gunn stuff. That's all one of these posts, like one of these groups, like, the Superman movie is going to be a deep cut in the comic books, showing fan art of Superman fighting Ultraman in the stadium. Like, that's from a comic book. So you have to know what you're talking about. See, this is the comics. Like, everybody.
Oh, I saw that article. I'm like, okay, I don't know that's from a comic, but okay.
It was all fan art. It was just fan art.
This is from DC
never wore
Superheroes.
a costume in the comics. Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah, DC Superheroes. Is that the same Batman that I've got?
Looks like it.
Looks like the same one that I've got, but I just got mine. I got mine single carded, but I think it's the same Batman. I don't have the Batgirl.
This is the Legacy Batman you've got, same body, just in a color blue. The one I believe you do have is the first release with the long arms and long legs like Toy Biz. This is the one after that. But This is what I got. That's all I got this week.
The black variant of steel card of that one used to be sell for big money.
That is a hard one to get. I think
I have that one, and I picked it up for $5 a few years back. Still carded.
Whoa, that's good.
Yep.
It's a good score.
Well, it was at a garage sale, so they didn't know what they had, I guess, or didn't care. I got it for $5. I was just like,
Or they're in a position like Matt, and everything must go.
But yeah, that's all the
Not
DC
everything.
stuff.
some stuff. But gentlemen, I'm sorry, it's that time of the night again. I will see you guys next time.
Hey,
You have-
Quinn, when I get all this, okay, fuck you then.
Oh,
But no, I wanted to get one in a 2-pack. I said if I'm going to do a 2-pack, I'm going to do mint and box, so I can, do like Matt, review the packaging as well, along with the figures. So that's why I got it, and I think it's really cool to have this.
Oh,
And like I told y'all when we were talking about it last week, dude, those are my favorite videos to make. Is where I'm just reviewing older stuff. I really like it because I like watching those videos, and I honestly have way more fun finding and picking up and opening up older stuff than I do just the new stuff that's at Target or Walmart. I have way more fun picking up, old DCUC stuff or whatever it is. I enjoy that stuff more.
and baby, I found a tip for you since you and your wife got kids now.
Yeah.
This is very important.
Okay.
Remember to remove kids before washing your clothes.
Yes,
Okay.
that is very essential.
Hey, Quinn's back.
Oh, what the?
He's back.
I'm sorry, man. I heard you at the last minute after I cut off. What was that?
No, all I was going to say was I'll get with you this week when I get all my stuff.
No. That's not what you said.
Actually, when you dropped that, I was like, "Well, fuck you then."
I know.
No.
I saw that.
No, I was just going to say I'll get with you. I'll get with you sometime this week when I get all this stuff separated.
Yeah, no worries, bud. Take your time.
So, all right.
Until next
Yeah.
time.
But yeah, both these loose figures are in great condition. No loose joints, no paint issues that I can tell. Other than the dead man's got a little white on his leg, a little white blemish I can clean up. But other than that, they're both great.
oh,
Yeah,
what's
but
wrong with the leg?
since I've gone back and started picking up like DCUC and DC superheroes and all that stuff, about half of them I've gotten in package and about half not. And I haven't, as of yet, I haven't had any issues except with one, a DC Direct figure, which was my monitor. My monitor figure. His arm, I had to fix the arm because when I took him out of the package, it just fell off.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but that's DC Direct too, which is,
Yeah.
Anyway,
More frail. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Get in the wash, get the kids in the bath at the same time. Win-win.
it's true.
Well, I've heard good things about that Nosferatu 2 movie. I haven't seen it.
I've seen the trailers. I mean, I've seen the original a long time ago. I want to see it, but
You got a lot going on too.
yeah.
Well, segue on that. This is a new Kickstarter just
Oh yes, I just saw that. The Cursed Dead. I saw
Yeah.
those just like yesterday, I think.
really cool.
Yeah, I love the deluxe figures that they had.
Just the base creepy vampire things looks really cool.
They got good reuse too because they're reusing that same body for all the standard figures with different heads and hands and stuff. And it's a good body for all the designs they're going for.
The range articulation is really good too.
Yeah.
That's so creepy looking. I like it.
Yeah.
That'd be good for a man bat custom.
Oh yeah. You got your basic gin, like a deep.
Yep. And it looks like they're using the same body with different paints and they're swapping the heads, the hands, and I think the feet between all their basic figures. But it's the same base body.
Yep.
Man, Mandalorian changed a lot.
Yeah. I love that Gordy figure, dude. That Gordy figure looks awesome. The next one down.
Oh yeah, the pumpkin head. Just by painting it green, it looks like vines.
Uh-huh.
These things look really cool. I like the alternate heads too, like where you get more on the one head options. Just by different paint jobs and different head sculpts, you're getting such unique looks for these things. Look at that one.
Mm-hmm.
Nice rack.
Yeah.
Got a Ooh to look from Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I don't know what this is spelled after.
Yeah. Dr. Crane, that thing looks freaking sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, their deluxe figures look awesome.
Just underneath, this is what's underneath that soft goods, and that is so cool. Where they got the distorted looking. It's really clever too. I'd say it ties into the butterfly joint socket. Dr. Skin. Oh, it's got the different type of claw hands. You got like a classic sci-fi ray gun. Crankle, like a evil Santa Claus look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's creepy, like face mask. Kind of like seeing pictures with that mask on there. The Wendigo. I heard a lot of people talk about this one when they liked a lot. The Wendigo. It's a stretch goal. It unlocks at 250. No, Sith. No JB. No, Sith.
What?
Yes.
I didn't say anything.
Yep. What?
Yeah.
You didn't pay attention to what I said anyway, so it don't matter.
You're talking about stretch goals?
I heard stretched holes. I was out.
Yeah. Several of the deluxe figures are on the stretch goals, but just the basics, like that top one is like a good troop builder. Yeah, these are just like stored vampires, just like
those look like they'd go great with the Operation Monster Force Dracula as just like hordes.
Well, they kind of look like too, like those blood rakes I designed a while back.
Yeah,
for my stuff. Change the head up a little bit, and the body works out great. Might have to get a few of those just to add to my ranks. The colors even look very similar to what I had in mind.
I think I may have
almost,
just...
if you painted that green, it almost looked like a jackal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More twisted jackal.
Yeah.
I think I may have just found my favorite DC UC figure.
It's a great figure,
Oh,
dude. But you got to get Blue Beetle to go with him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting Blue Beetle next. I'm getting him next for sure.
And both versions of Blue Beetle are great.
Yes. The Rami Ramirez, whatever his name is, that's probably like one of their best figures they made.
Yeah.
He's
And then what you got to do is you got to find that Blue Beetle bug popcorn bucket, because it's way better than the McFarlane one that got released.
So how much are these? So your basic figures are 40, and you get 2-pack. Better deal if you buy 2 packs. That's 75 a piece. Or for a 2-pack, I mean 75 for 2. Deluxes are $85. I'd be tempted to buy a 2-pack and get some of those basics. They look cool. I like them. Boost Collector, they showed like the in packagings of their Burning Hammer, their not Drunken Master figure.
So we're getting closer to release?
Yep.
All right.
It's definitely not this dude.
Isn't it the guy that from that chicken music video?
Chicken. I love that thing. It's goofy as hell, but it's funny as hell. This is DX9's Masterpiece Side Swap. I got this pre-ordered already because it is such an improvement over the Takara one. The Takara one was like come out what? 2010, 2012, somewhere around there. It's very dated now. The transformation is simple. It's very blocky. This is very sleek. It matches up with Side Swap so much, a lot better. Side Swap's one of the newer Takara ones, and this one matches up style-wise with that. The only thing seeing people complain about it, and other friends that collect these, the tires are a little too aggressive for a Lamborghini. They look like off-road tires.
Oh, Lamborghini made tractors first, so
That's true. But it is a beautiful piece. And those who haven't seen, this monster went up for pre-order by Lewin Toys, the resources. This is $1,300. Very expensive. This thing is 4 feet tall.
So you're gonna get 2?
Yeah, absolutely. That's this thing.
1 for each side of the doorway.
Well, they need to make a Triptychon now, so
I'm pretty sure that thing needs to call human resources. It's being fondled right now.
Yeah, that's what they kind of laugh at. The part of the joke on this one. It's like,
Look at him move his fingers. He's getting handsy with the thing.
He paid $1,300 for it. I guess he thinks it's a real dog.
You know, you pay that much money for one, you can molest it however you want.
But that thing is giant figure. I am not getting one, but really though,
What?
you think what you're getting, the size, that is far bigger than any HasLab. HasLab Unicron was what, $600, and this dwarfs that. The probably about 2 feet dwarfs it. So is not as big as this thing.
The non-refundable deposit is more than I've paid for any individual figure. So,
well, for the longest time, my cap on a Transformer was Masterpiece was $200. Of course, everybody's prices went up. That's kind of like broken, but yeah, that is. That Ghost Shadow's comment. $1,300. Those things, those pew-pews better be shooting real pew-pews. I'm not saying the real words. Go for YouTube. But yeah, it's crazy. This is a tiny model Dominator. It's a third-party Masterpiece style Optimus Prime. Gorgeous piece. It's based off of the Bumblebee and the Rise of the Beast model. And it's fully transformable. It's one of those ones that's like you get, you hope it comes in robot mode because you don't want to transform it. It is a beautiful piece. These are the leaks we were talking about earlier. We are getting a retro carded Flint. And it looks about like the kit bashes we made, Matt.
It does.
It looks like
Still ideas.
that's exactly what I did. Recondo arms. It looks like Outback legs. I think it's a Recondo upper torso. But it looks really good. That's what you want from a classic Flint. There's no scar on the face like the new one that it had. And it looks different enough so your old one can just be a different character. That's one of the things I like about G.I. Joe Classified. And you can very easily kit bash stuff and turn them into different characters. And this is what needs to be happening more and more of G.I. Joe. Alternate hands. You don't get enough alternate hands with Classified, especially since they own the brand. So they could be turning out more stuff, more accessories. They're charging the same price they are for Marvel Legends when they're not paying licensing fees for this stuff. Everything's 100% profit on these things after manufacturing. There's nothing going to anybody except for paying their employees, which they don't seem to like anymore because they keep firing them. We also got a Televiper retro card. It's actually got the letters on like the alternate heads.
Yep.
Which looks great. And this is one where if somebody wasn't moving, I'd buy a couple of these. And we're getting the blonde-haired cover girl. It looks like the same torso, but it looks like we're getting they're using different arms, which I'm glad because the arms on the original cover girl, they had that straight bicep cut, and they would actually a lot of them had a defect where the arms would pop out. These are the better arms. These are like the new Scarlet arms, but they're not Scarlet's arms. These are got the proper U cut on the bicep cut, so they follow the shoulder ball better and cleaner when you articulate the figure. It doesn't look like what they cut back in the day on Florida when they used to do straight cuts. We call them spinning meat. When you articulate the arm, you'd break the sculpt. Classified has got doing that for a while, so I hope they're learning their lesson and going back to the curved bicep cut. She gets a sledgehammer, a tactical shotgun. Looks like a generic semi-automatic, kind of look like a 1911, and a wrench. And that looks like really good head sculpt for the without the hat.
Yeah.
They're getting better on their female faces when they're Classified. For a while there, they were just not doing well with female faces. And we're getting a retro carded bat with clear chest panels.
Oh.
Which is great when we're getting blast effects too, for the blowtorch. We get the flames from the blowtorch in, and laser blast for the gun. Where is his pistol? I don't see his pistol, but he's got to have his pistol because he's got his holster. And there is this dude, Crystal Ball. I have no idea who this character is.
Crystal Ball? I don't remember that dude.
I think he's in the 90s type character. This is one I'll skip because I don't know who it is. It looks goofy.
He looks like a pilot or captain of a spaceship.
He could be a part of the Dreadnought. But I don't know the character.
I remember. Now I'm blanking on his name. What's the name of the wizard dude?
Gandalf.
No, the guy who he came with the hologram disc, and he had the white hair, had kind of a Doctor Strange look to him. He was a bad guy. But he was G.I. Joe, but he was like a wizard for G.I. Joe. What was his name? Yeah, that dude right there. You just had him there. What's his name?
It's Crystal Ball.
That's Crystal Ball? Dude, show me that other picture. No, the new one.
Oh,
that don't look nothing like him.
It don't.
That dude I remember. I didn't remember his name.
Cobra.
Okay, that new figure doesn't look anything like that dude. He's got this dude that got like a Doctor Strange look to him. I don't know who that is.
That
other dude
like Vincent Price looked like the.
Yeah, dude.
That looks like Vincent Price. Definitely.
He looks like a smuggler from Star Wars. He doesn't look like that guy.
I might buy that one because it'll fit in well with the Black Series.
Yeah. That doesn't look anything.
Yeah, it looks like a Black Series figure.
Yeah, it does.
He's got more articulation.
Okay. All right.
And thank you for Full Force Podcast having all these pictures up. We got in-hand pictures of Leatherneck. Does it look like Dan Severson?
I don't know who that is.
Not Dan Severson. What's his name?
You know, I just remember there was something we were supposed to do tonight.
What's that?
Judge me on my video.
You got a new video tonight?
Don Fry. That's who he looks like. Don Fry.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a video.
What video? Is it another top 10 or something?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know. I haven't seen it.
Oh, I linked it to y'all an hour before we started.
Dude,
You think they pay attention?
Facebook an hour before we start?
Yeah, 5:30. I sent y'all the link.
I was talking to you when you sent that thing. I wasn't going to watch that while we were sitting there. I was talking
No, I was sent you to watch tonight. That's what That's why I sent it. I'm sorry.
There we go.
Okay, yeah.
Don Fry.
Yeah.
It looks like Don Fry. So we get a Don Fry action figure.
Well, I mean, that's like Toy Gaines' own action figure, that wrestling line. I got him sitting right here. Made Toy Gaines' own action figure.
Fiona has been dethroned as the best 112 skill alligator or crocodilian. This thing, I don't know what it cost, who's making it, but damn with articulation. This entire body is articulated. And the paint job looks so realistic.
Old Mini Gaines here. Had to give him a t-shirt. Toy Gaines, Mini Gaines sits with Plastic Man. He's with Plastic Man.
Toy Gaines.
I got him with Party Pool too.
Toy Gaines is with Plastic Man.
I put him with Party Pool.
What has that boy seen? But look at this thing. How articulate that sucker is.
Yeah, it looks good. I still love Fiona though.
Yeah. This is probably going to be a $100 alligator or crocodile. I'm sorry. It is a crocodile. I did ask JB earlier about what, the difference between a crocodile and alligator. One you see after a while, another one later. You make that after. Y'all the dads, y'all supposed to know this kind of stuff.
I thought you was being serious. I thought you were really asking what the difference between a crocodile and an alligator was.
It's just the shape of their nose. The crocodile is more pointed. The alligators is blunted. That's how you can easily tell them apart.
You can also count the teeth if you're close
Not
enough.
as lame as the dad joke, though. Okay. Nope. No. Something I've been working on. I got custom coming together. I put together to see how everything's.
I like those shoulder pads, man.
The overall build is so much better than the last version. That's all Warpath body parts, the arms and legs. They're just so stick out so far, and they're bulbous, and the legs it looks like never misses leg day. But using the Hercules arms and the Thor legs, just with the Warpath torso, this streamlines the body a lot more. So I lowered the neck too on the Warpath. I cut it like through here, completely off, shaved out the material, put it back in, resculpted it. And because it done that head sticks up so high on Warpath, well, here you can see how high it sticks up. It's meant to have where it's got the hole in there for the shoulder pads, and it kind of hides the fact that it's got a high neck. When you do something without that little shoulder pads, it looks weird.
JB, what are you over there smirking for?
I don't know. I just like to smirk.
You smirking like you got a secret. Looking all suspicious and shit.
Also,
I just like to smirk.
one of the regulars,
my favorite.
on the Discord, he's worked on this, and he's been working on the skin tones. He's done.
That's Malgus, right?
I think so.
Darth Malgus.
He's doing really good on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Metal Luna is working on one of his original characters. Love that blue. He's good on that. He's good.
I saw somebody use a blue very similar to that to do a custom Cyclops, and it looked freaking amazing.
I think I saw that one recently too.
Yeah, it was just it wasn't like overly metallic, but it had a shine to it.
Yeah,
and it looked phenomenal.
This is one of his original characters too. Like it's a giant man style character with electrical powers.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 12-inch Deadpool, and he painted that black all yellow. It's which is very tough to do. If anybody knows him, with painting yellow, it's a pain in the butt.
He looks like he'd be a Booster Gold villain. The green visor and everything, the green outfit.
Where do you see green at?
Is it green or is it yellow?
It's yellow.
It's yellow.
It's yellow, okay.
Oh, maybe.
I must be because it looks
This is the
green.
day he finds out.
Where do you see green?
It looks green.
Yeah,
I must be colorblind.
that's my last custom. I'm not finished up. Death. Pretty happy how that one turned out. And this was kind of a surprise drop from Four Horsemen. They are going to do Toylana, and they're going to do like a military style soldier, like a space soldier, Marine. Kind of almost like
It's Roadblock in space.
kind of.
I mean,
It's going to be exclusive to the Toylana show. It kind of puts you in mind.
this is Roadblock when he joined G.I. Joe Star Brigade.
Space Force.
That's well, no, it's the Star Brigade line back in the '90s, which was an awesome line, by the way. I loved it.
Oh yeah,
Put them all in spacesuits. It was great.
One of the most valuable play sets is on that from the space.
Oh
show.
yeah, Remember Duke and General Hawk both had like those awesome. Remember they came out with those really big figures that was them in like these giant mech suits with the big helmet, and they were real limited articulation. I think they were 5 POA because they were so big, so they had way less articulation than a standard Joe figure. But they were like, instead of like 3 3/4 inches, they were like 5-inch tall, and it was like them in like these freaking space exosuits. Those figures were awesome. Which I don't have any of those. I need to get some of those for my collection.
And if you notice too, like we talked about this a while back when they showed these, they're going to introduce a new 3.0 body on Mythic Legions have double joint elbows and knees,
which is a needed upgrade.
Yep,
very needed upgrade.
The elbow swivels are like so dated, like the single jointed elbow swivel, which I understand is cheaper to produce that way, so you don't have less parts. And it's cheaper, but you have cleaner sculpts. But it's just the I want that articulation. I want the bicep swivel and the range of build in the arm up. It's kind of like a must on modern toy lines. But we did get some Mythic Legions go up for pre-order today on Big Bad Toy Store. You got that big Leotis, the org scale, which looks fantastic. That big lion.
This is the gritty reboot of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yep. It's made for modern audience. But
so even 3D prints agreed with me that it looked green to me, that custom, because he said he was watching this TV and it looked green to him.
You're not.
I could have been colorblind. I could have been colorblind.
Maybe that's just two people that are colorblind.
I don't know.
This is green.
I might be colorblind.
That's green. That is green.
Yeah. That looks yellow.
You are colorblind.
Yeah.
I like the witch, this witch character, the sorceress. I think that looks really cool.
I like the dragon.
Yeah, the dragon and familiar.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I didn't do that.
I pulled up your video. It just automatically starts playing. I pulled it up so we could judge you, but I haven't.
Yeah.
It just started.
I watched that video. JB, you stole music. It's a crime.
I didn't.
Punishable by death.
I didn't steal it.
And I just had this. I was just like I always do. I scroll through like my feed on like Instagram. Another great customizer, Ventura. He does some beautiful stuff.
What was it good? Oh,
that was the.
That's yellow.
Yep, that is yellow.
That's yellow. Yes. This makes me want
I better make a name for myself.
I want a Channing Tatum Marvel Legend already.
We need a Channing Tatum Duke.
Yeah. Channing Tatum is Duke. That'd be a good one.
I don't get this. I clicked on like Toy News International and G.I. Joe. Why is Wesley Crusher in the G.I. Joe tab?
Somebody messed up.
He crushed your expectations.
Yeah.
And I grew up watching TNG. People hated Wesley.
Oh, dude, everybody hated Wesley.
I don't know why they're trying to act like that people are fondly remembering Wesley now. I was like, no. People.
I mean, that was kind of the big joke in Big Bad Toy Store, or Big Bang Theory. The other BBT.
And also, too, like a Family Guy did like a little spoof, too. Like, they introduced they did like a little spoof, like, well, let's introduce a really super annoying character, like a magical fairy, like Gazoo type thing. And then people will like Wesley. And like the people that put a billboard up, we like him, kill Wesley.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Is like, first of all, like, okay, so about 10 years ago, my son started watching Next Generation when he got old enough to really understand it. And so completely new generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hated Wesley. hated Wesley. Then on top of that, Will
He's American
Wheaton is a giant turd of a human being. Will Wheaton is a horrible, horrible human being.
Right there.
So it doesn't help. Like, the character sucks. The person who played the character sucks. Like, yeah.
Starduster, of course, if you haven't heard, is no longer a Pulse exclusive. It's up for pre-order in a lot of online retailers now, which it irks me that we didn't get this backpack with jetpack with Duke, the retro card, and the helmets. Plus, Duke used the jetpack, and so I would like to have the jetpack for him, but I don't want to buy Starduster, the character I have no idea who he is, just to get the jetpack.
Does this one not come with the box of cereal?
I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. The box of cereal is exclusive to the Big Bad to Pulse.
Well, now I don't want it.
It comes with all of Duke's accessories. It's just Duke in different color schemes with a different head.
Duke. It's Blueberry Duke.
Yeah.
Do people remember Blueberry? I bet JB don't.
Do what?
You remember Blueberry?
Blueberry? Yes, I do.
They don't make it anymore. They quit making.
They did.
There was a while there, like, because it used to be you could get Blueberry and all that stuff all the time. Now it's just like it comes out once in a while during Halloween. They'll re-release it once in a while.
Oh, like
Count Chocula.
Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Blueberry.
Yeah.
The McRib thing, or it's a kind of random thing. I think that all of us seen Mamba, which Mamba looks great, and I'm curious seeing how if they're going to use the same Bucks type system for the Bushido for when they do like humans in the Spiro. I'll be curious to see how that, because I remember Jason said that you're going to be doing humans in Spirit, the AWOC line too.
Yeah.
I think I'm about all I got. If anybody wants a statue of a thought Pennywise, they're doing that.
If she breathes, she's a thought.
Why does she have a pole up her ass?
Well, she is a thought.
She's smiling about that.
She seems to like it. I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
The way they framed every one of the pictures. Oh, that's an actual action figure. It's not just.
Yeah, that's
It's an action figure.
I thought it was a statue at first. No, it is a figure. No. That's why it's got the whole. Oh, we talking about that too. It's like this. They did not think about it one time. They did a 1/6 scale. I think it was She-Ra, and the stand on it like hooked on the bottom.
I mean, just make more
This is just porn. It's not even a meme at this point.
At this point, Pornhub just needs to come out with their own line of action figures.
Oh, well, I didn't pull up what we found earlier.
I know somebody who'd buy them. I think we all know who I'm talking about.
Talk about articulated feelings.
I think that's about it. I did find something that was basically that for action figure base. Oh, if anybody was interested in the Kaiju number 8, it's down to $39 on Amazon. I never got into this anime series. But let's see. I will pull it up. It is ridiculous when I've seen it. Oh! Quinn first saw this. Like, is that a throne? No, that's not a throne.
Show them the other pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got.
I knew who was on the pre-order list for that.
JB, you should wrap up Plastic Man with that.
Ugh. I don't know if I like that.
Be careful for your little mini beans.
So, are we ready to do this?
Yeah.
Judging JB. Yes, that's right. It's time to judge JB. Because he always has horrible choices. I don't know why.
Are any of the silhouettes match up to your list?
Yes.
Eh.
I just use random ones on my thumbnails. These are the same ones. I don't care. All right, here we go. This is a 12-minute video, so we are going to be skipping through it. But
I thought you were doing like 1 minute video.
Oh, I have to listen to the intro.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And today, it's that time of the year where we count down the top 10 figures of
Just stealing my music. Just
You
stealing
did
my
that
music.
earlier.
What the hell?
He's
Just
hiding now.
straight thievery.
Stole your music.
Straight thievery.
Punishable by death.
God damn. All right, let's see.
You should copyright claim his video.
opinion. Now, I don't want to keep this intro so long. The rules are very simple.
Yeah.
For my picks, I want to go over longevity and the playability and basically how much fun do I have to figure and all that, what it means to me. So let's jump right into it.
So Plastic Man wins every spot on this
No.
because he's long and he's strong and he's down to get the friction on. No? Okay.
No.
Just checking. Okay. Now that we've heard the intro, we're just gonna keep it going. I'm gonna mute it for now.
Okay.
Number 10. Roddy Piper. What line is that from?
WWE Ultimate Edition.
This is 90s Roddy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig the plaid miniskirt.
And they actually
This
look
is
like
the
they had-
Monday. It's the Monday Night Roddy Piper. So it's got 2 soft goods shirts, interchangeable arms, tons of hands, skirts, soft goods, belts removable, and 3 heads. So,
If he was a chick, he would kill at a punk rock concert.
Yeah.
yeah.
The probably like one of the better head sculpts for him too, because they always mess up his hair. Like it's like the WWE line. The hair color still looks weird.
Oh, 3D Quinn, you insulted me. I appreciate it. Just now I can see how JB can be a pastor. He can put people to sleep.
All right, number 9. Let's see. I don't even know what the hell that is.
That's
Jacob
figure
Marley.
obscure Jacob Marley.
Oh, Mythic
From,
Legion
Star
stuff.
Wars.
I don't call it close. So
We got a thing for like a 3D, like what he said about JB.
Emotional, damn it!
But that's from the 4 Horsemen.
The figure obscura, like the make Chicken Marley.
yeah.
You don't
Yes.
have his like really weird looking head on there.
Yeah. Because he was a store exclusive last year. I missed out on it, so I picked up this one at a toy store. So I like it. It's a good figure. It's got a lot of accessories. The paint job and sculpt on it's really nice. But the other stuff I got's better than this. And it's stuff y'all know. So I just like
these
these.
are always
Number 8. Of course, it's Plastic Man. I'm surprised that's number 8. What?
I
Oh,
know,
this would be
right?
number
You're shocked.
1.
You're shocked.
The newness has worn off for him.
Yeah.
The honeymoon period is over.
Wore the paint off the other accessory.
Yeah.
No, I had to be fair. I was going to make him number 1. I could have, but then I'm like, it wouldn't be right against me. It wouldn't be right. So I made him number 8.
It's wrong for nothing.
All right, let's see what we got for number 7. Number 7, Duke. Duke's a great figure. The only thing I wish about Duke, I wish his shirt was a little more yellow, a little more mustardy.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a fantastic figure. Fantastic. Yeah. Love this figure. It's one of my favorite G.I. Joes.
They could have made the shirt the same color as that first release one. That one was like the video game style one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great figure. It's a great figure. All right. Number 6. Okay. We're skipping forward. There we go. Oh, Darth Maul.
That is the 3-pack I showed y'all. That was from that pack with the soft goods row and everything. Probably my favorite Darth Maul, especially since Brett, complete new skull, brand new from head to toe. I like it. A lot better than the first version they released years ago. Major upgrade.
All right, number 5 is Sonic. That's that new one. That, by the way, those figures are really good.
Mm-hmm.
$15, and those figures are great.
That looks like they got a great articulation. They got butterfly joints.
That whole Sonic line. Have you seen the Jim Carrey's character? Why am I blanking on his name?
Dr. Robotnik.
Robotnik. Thank you. Great figure. Great looking figure. Yeah, that line's good, especially for the price, dude. $15. That's a great line.
It. Can't.
Yeah, they're doing.
What's the? Do you know what the size is on the Robotnik?
Number 4 is Wolverine.
And he ignored Sit for Life completely.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, what?
I asked if anyone knew what the size was on the Robotnik.
About a little bit taller. He's a little bit smaller than Sonic. So he's at the 6.5-inch mark, but he's not tall.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I got my wife in here too. So.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I love that. I love the head sculpt on that thing.
Yeah, it's one of the better Wolverine head sculpts they've done.
And I love that they went with the classic kind of round, stabby claws instead of the sharp claws, the knife claws.
If they can give us this in the darker tones, like from the Marvel Comics Presents, it'd be chef's kiss.
Now, I do want to mention this. I was going to put Death's Head, but then I saw Matt's video, how he liked the 3/4-inch Death's Head better. I'm like, okay, so he likes the 6-inch, but he prefers 3/4.
Our opinions.
Why you don't even have the 3 3/4-inch version? Why would you care?
I know.
You either like it or you don't.
I like it.
Do you think I took your opinion into account when I made my list?
No.
Exactly. Anyway, M. Bison, fantastic. I love this whole lot. Everything that they came out with this year was fantastic, as it was last year, as they've done with the entire line.
Yep.
My favorite so far is still Dalsim. Just because the stretchy, bendy arms and legs is such a great. I mean, it's just a great accessory. But next to that, my next favorite's Guile. Guile's awesome.
I am, but it's such false advertisement. I've never been able to figure out how to learn that move in yoga where we breathe fire. Yoga, flame.
Yeah,
yoga.
I've tried. But let's see, what do we got? All right. Last Ronin Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, great figure. NECA. NECA is always doing a good job. I haven't picked up a lot of NECA figures this year, but I mean, we've talked about NECA 1,000 times. I mean, they just do good shit.
It just kills me they don't try to get more like comic book lines with how good those Avengers Earth figures were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they developed those bucks for the DC figures that they couldn't republish because Todd got the license.
Uh-huh.
They could only do them as SDC exclusives.
All right, what are we at? Number 2 is next. Oh, number 1. Fuck you, JB.
What?
Fuck you.
No.
This figure is okay at best.
I paid $15 for it, so it's worth my money.
Yeah, and that's the only reason the figure's even worth picking up is if you get the Temu version for $15, because it sure as hell ain't worth the $55 the thing originally.
You put that as number 1 and not this.
Because I picked one Marvel Legends.
That is an awful choice for any number on your top 10. That figure is
That's on Jim.
first of all, like I don't give a crap how much it costs. That figure's okay.
Ugh.
It's okay. It certainly doesn't deserve to be even in any of the top 10, much less number 1.
Blueberry's better.
You are on such a good roll through this whole freaking list until that crap right there.
Father, forgive him, for he knows not what he does.
Yes, JB does not know what he does.
You were doing so good. I didn't have anything bad to say about any of your choices.
Hey, there's
you
always
screwed
that.
up the most important one. The most important one.
Can I not? Okay. I mainly put this number 1 because I have major nostalgia for Earthworm Jim. I've seen the cartoon. I played all the games. And I thought, okay, the figure's $15. Why not? And I really enjoy it.
Well, to be fair to JB, this is a younger person's game and media. We just don't have a connection to it.
I just still, it's not. Okay, look, I'm not even taking into account that people are going to have nostalgia for this character. The figure itself is just okay. It's all right. Okay, it's your list. But by the way, anybody out there feeling sorry for JB? He wants us to do this to him. That's the whole point of this segment, is for us to judge his choices.
He made the intro for us.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
We
literally 20 minutes ago reminded us to do this very thing. Okay? He wants this.
It's because he's an exhibitionist.
He's into S&M. He just likes to be like he likes to be treated like crap.
Well, at least we get to see my boy Plastic Man on the screen for a little bit.
I have seen people try to say this head sculpt is not that bad in person. They are freaking liars.
No, that head sculpt is bad.
This is awful.
Is it as bad as Falcon?
This is Falcon's head.
Oh, that is Falcon's head?
Yeah, this is Falcon. This is
This
is Team America Falcon.
Oh, why did I think? Oh, never mind.
I just opened this up because I never bought it because it's just so ugly, but I got it on sale to get to in the price range to get free shipping on Chosen Prime. And yeah, this thing is atrocious.
Yep.
Look at
JB
that.
ran off. He's
JB had
crying.
to walk away in embarrassment.
He's got to go edit this video now.
He's sobbing on the other side of the room. He had to wipe his tears away.
Not to mention the ascot does not fit around his collar. Why is he wearing an ascot?
So it's not new, but I haven't shown this guy off yet. This is the Hyper Real Luke that came out, I think, like 2020 or something like that. And I've been looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. And it was a weird scale. And then during the Black Friday sale, it was down to like $30. So
Yeah, but the
I ended
only
up pulling.
reason I didn't look seriously at him is because of the scale. It didn't fit
Well-
with anything in my collection.
He was on Big Bad Toy Store forever, and I think Kids Warehouse bought the rest of them because now they have them. So
I mean, it's a cool concept in it. I know it's not the greatest figure in the world because it's very limited because it's that, endoskeleton with the soft, stuff on top of it and all that. But like, I would have bought it if it was in like 1/12 scale.
it's not 1/12 or 10th. It's like a 8-inch, 8 or 9-inch.
Weird off.
It'll fit my Batmobile when I get built.
And they also didn't ever finish it. There was supposed to be a Darth Vader that went with it, and we never got Darth Vader. that was part of the other reason I hesitated on it. But then the Black Friday sale came around, and I was like, okay, I'll try it. And he's actually really cool. Like he's not as limited as you think. I mean, he can at least bend.
Yeah. Well, he's good enough for display.
Yeah. I have all sorts of different scales on my shelf anyway, so that wasn't.
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6. Oh,
1 second was a lie.
Vader is out, but he's just expensive.
Is he out? I've never seen him. I mean, I've only seen the Luke, but I would try and find the Vader if I could afford him. But
yeah, the head sculpts, the new one's a lot better, but he's still got a goofy haircut. But you'll put the beret on it, so
That don't look too bad.
a lot better than America.
I was actually going to say, Matt, there's always that one bad apple that's on my list. It's like, why? Why?
You're number one.
It just happened to be number one. I don't know. I mean, I had other toys in mind, but I wanted to pick one Marvel Legend. I tried to pick one figure from each line, so I picked Duke for G.I. Joe, Plastic Man for McFarlane, Wolverine for Marvel Legends. So
I'll probably end up changing out the. I'll change out the head, so we've got extra lanes now, but I'm gonna change out the harness. I don't like when they do the shirt on the faux untucked shirt on the belt. It just doesn't look right. It looks weird. And Stalker's harness is very similar to this. We'll just without that. It's the same color. I'll switch over to that. Plus, they don't have that stupid little GoPro thing they put on there for a while. Even when they corrected ship and start making better sculpts, they kept putting that stupid thing on the Joes for a while. Oh, GPS communicator thing on their straps. It's part of the. I guess it's part of the game design stuff.
I almost have enough Joes for a top 5 list. Not quite though.
I think we'll have to do some touch up on the paint too, because missing some paint on the sleeve over here.
That was way more than a second.
Sorry.
I stopped counting. So.
Somebody came to the door.
Yeah. Well, they can just go away.
This is private special time.
Like JB and Plastic Man.
I don't think you can call that special anymore. It happens too often.
Well, just because something's special doesn't mean that it has to be rare.
Well, he didn't lift when he got Plastic Man right now. The head sculpt on the
Back, won't say anything.
head, it looks familiar. It's like it looks like somebody. You can't actually be because he's face blind. He thinks everybody looks the same. Or does it look like somebody when it does look like somebody? There we go. Much better. Put the new head on the.
Yep.
Looks good.
No more Team America.
America, oh yeah. I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
Problem is, though, they made the ascot too small where it won't fit around the collar. It floats above it. Minus the main. What? His outfit doesn't make any sense anyway. Too. He dresses like he's in World War II.
It worked for Captain America. It should work for a G.I. Joe.
Did you know G.I. Joe's not a military organization? It's paramilitary.
Paramilitary.
Which means it's not an official military.
Knowing is half the battle. The other half is extreme violence.
Extreme
Yeah.
violence.
But also, violence is not the answer. It's the question. The answer is yes.
I was going to say too. You can ask Duke about that too. So, he's asking if anybody has any RoboCop toys. I do. I have a few NECA RoboCop. I got RoboCop 1. I got RoboCop 3. Ed 209. And I got that anniversary one. It's a box, the nice box with extra accessories. And I haven't opened that one up, and I got the Mayfix RoboCop.
I got the NECA, the clean look where he's not all battle damaged. I can't remember which one that one is because they've released several versions of that one.
I have one that's also this tall, and it's got a motion sensor in it. So I got it talks. It's like 17, 16 inches tall or something like that. So what you do now, we got this one. They got tape over top the hole.
In the chat says, what's the Secret Wars 1984 Electro and Iceman going for today? All that Secret Wars stuff, I mean, it depends on what condition you're looking for. Like sometimes you can find that stuff really cheap, like missing the shields and not in great shape and that kind of stuff. You want new, it's hundreds of dollars. Those things in package cost hundreds of dollars. So it depends on what condition you want. And then everywhere in between. I've seen a lot of those. I've seen a bunch of those figures that are in not good shape for $25 with no accessories and the paint wear all over them and all kinds of stuff. So it depends on what condition you want.
Yeah, you can get this new Falcon, what's her name, 2-pack set. Troop build them because they come with these nice helmets. They're on sale right now for $30 on Walmart.com. And yeah, just troop. If you need the extra Joes, the troop build, grab these right now. They're $30 for a 2-pack. $15 a piece. They come with a ton of gear too. And you get a head upgrade for your Team America Falcon.
Yep.
Yeah. America.
Fuck yes. I have a coworker named America, and every time I see him, immediately plays in my head.
His name is America?
Yeah. No, America. Not America. America.
America.
Which is how they say it in the song.
Okay. The shotgun that comes with the original Falcon, trash. It is terrible.
I need a shotgun for my Punisher, because he has shotgun shells, but no way to use them.
Find a good 3D print online. Do you have a 3D printer? I can't remember.
I have one. It's not really currently running. It needs some work done to it. And it was an Elegoo, so it was kind of a cheaper one.
There are people selling 3D printed 1/12 scale stuff all online. You can probably find one pretty cheap. Let's see.
Oh.
Let's check eBay.
I was looking at the little armory stuff, and then I looked at the like pictures and stuff, and it's true 1/12 scale. It's too small for
I like the
Marvel
shotgun.
Legends and stuff.
The new retro card Falcon's coming with a nice shotgun. It's actually got a pistol grip, which for action figures, don't do a butt stock on a shotgun because their hands don't work that way. Let's do a pistol grip.
Yep.
I mean, I'm seeing G.I. Joe shotguns on sale starting at like $4.88 online.
I could totally see them redoing Constrictor in the Secret Wars line, but they do their wave. But that figure is so out of date. It's on that modified bullseye body, which sucks. That horrible ankle articulation. Mine's better. I fixed the ankles and I replaced the coils with bendy wire ones. But still, it's a horrible body. It definitely needs an update. Electro and Iceman only came out in Europe. They were very expensive. You think Superpowers Original Toy Line was the best action figure line ever, at least when it comes to superheroes? No, Superpowers was probably top.
Superpowers was awesome, but best superhero line ever? No.
They had, from the era they were in, they were probably ranked up there at the time period, but modern day era with like modern articulation stuff.
Just number of characters. I mean, if you look at like Marvel Legends or DCUC, even going back to Toy Biz in the 90s. I mean, like there were way more characters and variations of characters, and and then you get into articulation is better, and I mean, Superpowers was awesome for the time, but by the 90s when Toy Biz was pumping out all that stuff they were pumping out for Marvel and X-Men and everything else, like
Superpowers, like late 70s, mid 80s, early 80s, Motu overtook them and stayed strong for a long time. Because people like that, kids like the bigger toys, they like all the accessories and vehicles, play sets, and all that stuff. Then G.I. Joe, arguably G.I. Joe is not just a military line, it's a superhero line too. It's really how you want to classify just straight up superheroes, or like Marvel DC, Marvel character like superheroes.
Yeah, I mean, even if you want to specifically stick to superhero comic book characters, it's not the best. It was awesome for its time because it was one of the. I mean, it was really. I mean, well, it was before Secret Wars and all that other stuff. Like, it was really the first.
Okay.
The first actual superhero line that wasn't just like a one-off Mego Superman or a Mego Spider-Man or something like that. Like, Superpowers was like the first of that era when kids were getting really into action figures because of Star Wars and G.I. Joe, that they were like, okay, let's do a dedicated comic book superhero line. So in many ways, it was the first of that, and it was awesome at the time. But, I mean, since then, we've gotten so many amazing lines.
Thank you, SEC. 84 was when they launched Superpowers line. I was thinking the Super Friends cartoon, and that's when it started, late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, Super Friends was backed at the time. Remember, that was when they were dropping Mego figures of stuff. Mm-hmm. Mego was still doing some DC stuff, but I mean, those don't really count as superhero lines.
Secret Wars didn't last as long as Superpowers. They were good, but they didn't. It wasn't as big a line as Superpowers. From my recollection, is that right? I didn't get into superhero stuff in the 80s. I was in the two things. I was in the Motu and I was in the Transformers. I didn't get into really even reading comic books until around 91. Early 90s, they did the Death Superman stuff. That got a lot of people, like new readers. Say what you will about the Death Superman, it got people into reading comics. And that's when I started getting the superhero stuff. Which I got into the comic books about the time Matt was probably getting out of comics.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting out of comics by 94, I'd say. That's about the time I started getting, because, when I was like 16, 17. Because I had been into comics since I was like 5.
That's also, too, when my mom got sick, and I kind of got into comics kind of an escape.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you could buy comic books at the grocery store. I'd do grocery shopping, like my mom wasn't well enough to do that, and I'd go in buy the groceries, stop by the magazine stand, and they had like the turnstile comics and comic stand, carousel, and pick out my books. I remember my first comic book was issue 400 of the Incredible Hulk. And I was hooked from there on. Hulk and Superman, that's what were my 2 favorites. Then I picked up Ghost Rider, which another favorite. My Ghost Rider is Danny Ketch.
Yep. Most people's Ghost Rider is Danny Ketch, which is, I know we've had this conversation 1,000 times, but that's why it never made any sense. Why every piece of media or toy always, pushed what's his face? Because
Blaze,
like he was not like Johnny Blaze. He would have little runs in the comics here and there from when he first appeared in the 70s. He'd occasionally show up in another comic or something, but it was Danny Ketch with Ghost Rider #1 in 1991, I think.
That's Johnny Blaze and JBTM.
And that brought people into, holy shit, Ghost Rider's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that is, for most people, that is their Ghost Rider, is Danny Ketch. He had the longest run in the comics. He was Ghost Rider longer than anybody else was in the comics. He was the most powerful Ghost Rider. Like,
then later on, when they brought back Johnny Blaze into the role of Ghost Rider, they basically just made him Danny Ketch, but as Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
He even started riding Danny Ketch's bike.
My intro to Ghost Rider was Ultimate Alliance. I believe that was Johnny Blaze in that game. So. And then Nicolas Cage.
Honestly, I think it had a lot to do with the Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah.
And so they thought, okay, well, most people know Johnny Blaze. I was like, well, no.
That was just Nicolas Cage probably like wanted them to do in Johnny Blaze storyline because he was a Johnny Blaze fan.
Which, cool, good for him. And those movies are fine. Well, if I like the first one, the second one's a steaming pile of shit. But yeah.
The only good thing about the sequel is the look of Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I mean, the special effects looked good, and I did like the special effects they used when he turned the crane into a giant Ghost Rider crane. It looked cool, but the movie itself was trash.
Yeah.
So,
but Nick Cage was the best part of it still.
Nick Cage is always the best part of anything he's in, even when he's in awful movies.
Yeah.
What hurt comic books more than anything was the comic book speculators. The people that's another bad thing with Death Superman. People that brought in comic book speculators. People like buying comic books because they think they're going to be worth. They're going to think they're going to have Action Comics #1.
What's funny is that, and I don't know I've talked about this before, but I mean I took advantage of those guys when I was the last couple of years I was into comic books. 14, 15, 16 years old.
Where you telling me?
I knew what was going on, so I started. Me and a friend of mine started going to. We had this company called Bulldog Productions that used to do comic book conventions in Dallas about once every month, and we'd go rent tables, and I would buy as many of all the new #1 issues that Marvel or DC or whoever was releasing, because I knew everybody was like, because remember that every time we hit that point in the 90s where every time a new character was introduced or a new #1 issue of something was introduced, people freaked out like it was going to be the next big thing. Mm-hmm. And I knew it wasn't, but like I would go buy a bunch of them, take them to the, you're buying them for $1.50 a piece. I'd take them and flip them for $5 to $10 a piece at the comic book show and like make money. And I've told you before. I mean, I ordered 50 copies of Superman 75 directly from Diamond Direct because you could order directly from them. I don't know if you still can, but you could back then.
You gotta have a license now.
And I paid whatever the cover price was minus a discount. So I think cover price was $1.75, maybe. I don't remember exactly. And then, but I ordered 50 of them, so I got a discount. And then I flipped them for $25 a piece at a comic convention. I made bukus of money off of that comic. I knew they weren't going to be worth anything, but I knew a lot of people didn't. I totally took advantage of those people and made a ton of money over the course of 2 years. Bought my first car when I was 16 with money I made at a comic book convention. So went to a comic book convention and made like $2,500 in a weekend. And taking advantage of people who were like, oh, this is going to be the next. I remember selling a bunch of copies. Remember Terror Inc. #1? I don't know if you remember this. This was a Marvel comic. They introduced this character called Terror. And he was like a green dude with like spikes coming off his face or something. He was some kind of like horror or nightmare type character. I don't even remember. He was awful. Whatever he was awful. I bought a bunch of these #1 issues of Terror Inc. from like 1992 or whatever year it came out, and was flipping them for like $10 a piece. And it was a trash comic, man. It was trash.
They were so many like little startup comic book like independent books out there, which right now is the best comics you can get right now is your independent comics. They're doing some of the best stuff because a lot of times, well, the main two is kind of pushed out a lot of the old school artists and writers because they're good.
Modern audiences.
They want to get paid what they're worth.
Yeah.
And they don't want to pay anybody anything, so they make. Plus, they don't own what they're working on. If they're doing independent stuff, they own their creations, and they make more off that. But your independent stuff is the best stuff right now. But back in the '90s, everybody and their cousin was trying to do comic books, and they really probably shouldn't have.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen some. I don't like to criticize people's artwork too much, but they were some bad art and some of those books, some bad stories. And all the comic book shops carried them because they're #1s, new hits. Everybody's expecting them to be. Of course, right now, what's funny, you get more rare stuff, more valuable stuff in the modern era because comics don't sell anymore.
Yeah.
And so the stores don't, especially past #1, and you'll get like a key issue, something happening in a book, in like a title. That's what gets the valuable books now because they're low print runs. That's one of the things too, like back in the '90s, the low print run stuff. That's your more valuable stuff. X-Men #1, Death of Superman, all those books that sold millions of copies, they're not worth anything.
Yep. Yeah, they're trash books. All right, I got to cut out, guys. I have another podcast to get to. But it's time for me to bid everyone farewell and adieu.
Are we doing a Geek Chat tomorrow night for the new year?
99% chance, yes.
I know you got a lot going on too, so.
Yeah, I do.
But
I'm 99% sure.
And everybody in the chat, thank you for coming out, hang out. Super Life, Geek Fusion,
Yep.
JB. We'll catch y'all next time.
Later, guys.
Adios.
Bye.
Hold on.
Stop being a bitch and come on.
Wait a minute, that's not it. Everyone, in a minute. Hold on, I got it.
Job vanish.